Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Josh from KeepItTechie back again to help you move forward in tech using Linux and open source tools. In today's video, I'm taking a look at the brand new RefreshOS 2.4, a distro that's flying under the radar, but definitely deserves more attention. Now, before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you're into clean, minimal Linux setup with none of that snap and Flatpak overhead, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and get this info out to more people trying to break into tech and level up their home lab. All right, let's get into it. So what exactly is RefreshOS? Now, I'm at refreshos.org, and of course, I'll have the link down in the description of the video. At its core, RefreshOS is a Debian-based distro specifically built on Debian 12.11. So you're getting all the stability and rock-solid performance of the latest Debian release without needing to configure it from scratch. But here's what really makes it stand out. No snap, no Flatpaks, no app images. It's a pure app experience, which honestly feels refreshing. Pun intended, in a time when so many distros are pushing containerized apps. If you're like me and appreciate native package management, you'll feel right at home here. And RefreshOS 2.5 aims to strike that perfect balance. Not as bare bones as vanilla Debian, but way less bloated than some mainstream distros that ship with a bunch of stuff you didn't ask for. It's modern, but not over-engineered. Clean, but not stripped down to the point where you gotta build everything yourself. Now, one thing I like about it, it ships with a custom tuned KDE Plasma desktop that's been optimized for performance and consistency. So you're not getting a stock Plasma look, but it still feels like KDE with some nice visual polish. And out of the box, you get essentials like LibreOffice for productivity, GIMP for image editing, and also Brave browser, which I'm happy to see because I really like Brave browser for that secure and privacy focused web browser. And like I said, it's no fluff, just what you need to get started and stay focused. So as you can see, you got two different options. So SourceForge and then MediaFire. So you download it from either one. But anyway, let's switch over to my virtual machine so we can run through the installer right fast. What's up, y'all? If you've been watching my channel for a minute, you already know I stay talking about Linux. And if you're looking for a solid, reliable enterprise Linux distro, let me put you on to Rocky Linux. This is the go-to replacement for CentOS, and it's built for the community, by the community. It's got everything you need for a stable and secure Linux experience, whether you're running servers, home labs, or enterprise workloads. And the best part, it's backed by CIQ, making sure it stays rock solid for the long haul. So if you're tired of these companies pulling a plug on your favorite distros, Rocky Linux is where you need to be. And I've covered Rocky Linux before, and trust me, it's worth checking out. So head over to rockylinux.org to learn more and get started. Keep it techie. Peace. All right, so we booted up into the live ISO, and the way you install, once you get to the desktop, there is a link to the script. All you have to do is click on it. It uses the Calamaris installer. So you guys know that is super simple. So I'll walk you guys through it quickly, right fast. First thing you select is your language. So depending on where you are, select your language, select your location. It automatically picks up your location. Keyboard setup, you can partition your system. I'm gonna erase. We're not gonna do any swap. You can encrypt your system, you know, all your typical settings that you can set up on your system. Let's hit next there, set up our account. So we're just gonna put Josh, and I'm gonna name this system Refresh. And let's go on and give it a super strong password. Boom, boom. And then we want to use that same password as our administrator. So we're good to go, and we don't want to log in automatically. So that is pretty much the installation process. You guys know the Calamaris installer is super simple, easy to follow, you know what I'm saying, and easy to get installed. So let's go down and hit the install button. And once it finishes installing, I'll reboot and I'll come back and I'll show you guys the system. Okay, so we logged into our fresh install of RefreshOS. And let me go down and hide my camera. So you guys can see the full desktop environment. You can see everything over here on the taskbar. You can see the different desktops. You got your alerts over here, your notifications, your volume, your devices that's connected, network settings. You can show your icons over here. So it's super dope, man. Got a lot of information here, for you. Printer settings, power management, just your quick setup for statuses and notifications for all that stuff. You got your calendar over here, so it's good to go. And then also you can peek at your desktop, and then if you click it again, it'll move all your windows back to their original position. So if you got like multiple windows open on the screen, you could click that and it'll hide them, and then you can bring them back. So super cool. Now, what I'm interested in is just seeing what version of Brave we got. And then also, let's open up the terminal right fast. And it should have a lot of KDE tools on here. I'm just type terminal just to see what comes up. So LX terminal. Okay, so that's what's on here. And so let's check. And let's do a uname-a. We could do A, that's fine. We see we got 6.1.0. So that is the kernel version we got right now, and I'm sure it needs some updates. I seen right here we got a notification as soon as we logged in. And if you go back over here, we do have an unread notification. So we click right there, we got some security updates. So we can run that actually if we want to. And then let's see what version of Brave we got. So let's go to help about Brave. Let's just check it out. We got Brave 1.79. 126, and we all know Brave is based on Chromium. So 137, that's the build of Chromium that is based on. So good to go there. So like I said, I'm psyched that Brave is on here, because most distros have Firefox, and I always like Brave. You don't even see a hint of Firefox on here. Even if a lot of distros, you'll see they'll have Brave on there as an alternative, but they'll still have Firefox on. Brave is the main browser on this system, so that's super cool to see. Now you can also go into your system settings, just showing you guys this KDE, so you can switch up the appearance. You can make it look how you want to look. Got your appearances. You can do the dark view. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's see what we can do. This is the global theme, contains a desktop layout, everything. So that looks cool. Let's go to the Breeze Dork. Let's try that one. Desktop and Windows layout. Let's do that too. And this will switch up everything for you, and it'll refresh the desktop for you. Boom, there we go. So we got a fresh background, just like it's basically sets it up just like what you see right here in the global theme. And actually that's what I should have did when we clicked on this one. So let's go back to that one right fast, and I switch the full desktop as well, just to see everything switch over. I just wanted to show you guys this. This is like dope. One of the dopest for it, by using these types of themes. Like if you have some other themes you want to just pull down, then you can pull those down as well. Get the global themes, get new global themes, and you're good to go. As you can see, you got your toolbar over here on the left, so it's good to go. You can click on what you need. You can add things over here. So that's a cool of interacting with your system as well. So that's super cool. Now let me go back to this Breeze Dork, because I like that one. That one looks cool to me. But you can always go back to that RefreshOS one, and I'll take you back to that theme, if you want to go back to the original theme. But you can go through and make any changes you want as far as the appearance. But you got any and everything as far as your settings up in here. It's all your KDE settings, your typical KDE settings. Just wanted to show it to you. And let's just scroll down here. Let's click on about the system. Just show you guys the different versions of KDE. So 5.27.5. That's the Plasma version. Qt version 5.15. Yeah, there go the kernel version again. And then just my hardware information. It's also using Wayland as the graphics platform, just so you guys know. It uses apt, so all you have to do is type sudo apt update. It's just like running, Debian or Ubuntu back in the day. Just use that apt package manager to install and update and all that stuff. So all you gotta do is run sudo apt upgrade, and then we could do -y and just run that together. Type in our sudo password. We don't have to worry about no snaps, none of that. You know what I'm saying? It'll just run through and update your system. Now, let me break it all down for you. I wasn't sure what to expect going in, because there are a ton of Debian spins out there, and most of them kind of blur together. But RefreshOS surprised me. First off, the fact that it's totally snap free and Flatpak free. That's a big win in my book. I mean, I love having one consistent package manager, which is apt. It kind of reminds me of Arch Linux, how you have that Pacman package manager. Or if you want to use the AUR, you can have a specific package manager for that. And you don't have to worry about duplicate applications or sandboxing issues or mixed matched thing. I mean, RefreshOS gives you one clean software ecosystem, and that simplicity adds up over time. Now, second, the KDE experience is probably one of the better Plasma setups I've seen recently. It's fast, it's clean, it doesn't feel bloated or gimmicky. They've taken time to tweak the theme, the splash screen, and even the default settings to just feel right. And I've been playing around with it for about a week. And I know that's not that long of a time, but you can understand the subtle differences within that time frame, and it makes a big difference, the changes that they've made and tweaks that they've implemented. Now, third, I got to give them props for the hardware support. And this is from me digging through their documentation. A lot of Debian-based distros struggle with Wi-Fi drivers and weird issues on newer laptops. But RefreshOS 2.5 includes expanded non-free firmware. And when I tested it on other systems that I have in my lab, I had no problem with Intel Wi-Fi, Realtek, or AMD graphics on the machines I tested it on. And lastly, it just feels done. You know what I mean? Some distros feel like a work in progress, but this feels like something I could hand to a new user and not have to babysit them. If you're someone who wants a solid daily driver that respects your time, RefreshOS might be just the one they've been looking for. Now, is it perfect? Not necessarily. If you're a heavy Flatpak user, this might not be for you unless you're willing to install and configure it yourself. But if you value simplicity and speed and don't want to be locked into canonical snap ecosystem, RefreshOS delivers. All right, guys, so that's my breakdown of RefreshOS 2.5, a distro that respects your time, your system resources, and your desire to keep things simple and clean. Now, let me know down in the comments, have you tried RefreshOS? What's your go-to distro for staying lean and fast? I love to hear what you're running right now. And if you found this video helpful, or you just appreciate the non-fluff breakdowns, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to KeepItTechie, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and remember, stay focused, stay safe, and of course, keep it techie. Peace. Yo, what's up, y'all? Listen, if you've been sitting there thinking about making a move, let me tell you, tech is where it's at. I don't care where you coming from, whether you've got a degree, a GED, or just pure hustle. There's room for you in this game. You see, tech is more than just keyboards and code. It's solving problems, creating opportunities, and building the future. You already have what it takes because tech doesn't care where you start. It cares where you're willing to go. You can teach yourself Linux, learn Python, break into cybersecurity, or even launch your own app. And the resources are out here for free. And yes, you heard me, free. Now, yeah, it's gonna take effort. You'll have to grind, but think about this. The time is gonna pass anyway. So why not invest it in a skill that'll change your life? I mean, tech doesn't just pay the bills, it opens doors to freedom, stability, and generational wealth. So stop doubting yourself, start small, stay consistent, and keep building. Because this isn't just a career, it's a movement. And guess what? You belong here. So let's get it, because the future is yours to build. Keep it techie.